Evening, everyone. Sorry it's been so long since you heard from me. Like the posters. Cool, huh? So, yeah. I have been out of it for a while. Truth is, I've been struggling to figure out what to talk about. There's so many TV shows, books, movies out there. It's hard to know what to what to talk about first. But then it dawned on me, why not my most favourite book? Yeah. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Yes, she also wrote Twilight. Move on. I'm not talking about that. No. This is way more better. Way better. Far superior novel. Was there a movie with Saoirse Ronan? Gives a shit. Major disappointment that was. Tell ya. How can they fit a book like that into a 2-hour movie? It should have been a TV series. The chapter Rides the Beast alone is an hour's episode. Just go and do it. Anyway, enough about that crap. The book is based in an alternative reality. A reality where aliens have truly taken over Earth. That's the washing machine. Give me a sec. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so, an alternative reality where aliens have taken over the world. A soul is an alien. That's what they call themselves. Don't ask me why. They're not part of the human consciousness, are they? What they do is take over the consciousness, insert themselves through a slit in the neck, travel up the spine into the brain, and expand, taking over pretty much every crevice, and vein, and crack, and artery, and capillary, and the whole thing. They control the body and the mind. The human is reduced to nothing. In most cases. There are exceptions. Exceptions where the host resists, fighting its captor, I suppose, for lack of a better word, fighting to take over gradually, creating gaps in the consciousness where it can seep into, reclaiming the body and the mind step by step. This results naturally in violence. Now, as I've said, the world has been pretty much taken over. Every nation, every little district, town, city, whatever is occupied. But there are people who have escaped. Two of these are Melody and Jamie Strider, two orphan kids. Their parents were taken over a long time ago. They go on the run in search of their great uncle, Jebediah. Jeb for short. It's on the way they run into Melanie's eventual boyfriend, Jared Howe. It is also through him they find a hiding place far out in the desert. Don't ask me where. A desert. Far away from any civilization. They set up a decent place. TV, laundry, clean clothes, shelter, a roof over their heads, food that they have to nick, admittedly, but Jared has this magical ability to bring them both back unharmed every single time, so they are all good. Until Melanie sees a brief flash of her cousin Sharon on the TV. She is convinced Sharon is still human. She has that don't look at me, head down, eyes averted fugitive thing going on. She packs her shit and heads straight over. They set up a rendezvous point, but some soul alerted the... what do you call them? Seekers. Their version of the cops / law enforcement. Seekers move in and trap Melanie. She is forced to run straight down a mine shaft. No, it was an elevator shaft, sorry. Straight down an elevator shaft, plummeting several floors where she breaks most of her bones on impact. They have no problem bringing her back from the dead, though. Healing the bones, the damaged organs, all of it. They have medicines that can do that. They're called simply heal and clean and all that. Don't ask me how they work. No one knows. They bring her back and invade her with a soul known as Wanderer. Apt name because she has wandered literally every planet, everywhere. This is her 9th home. Yeah, she has never found a real place to settle. Never found a real family. Never wanted to linger in one place for too long. Now she's found Melanie and inhabits her, though not without problems. Melanie is one of the special cases that refuse to fade away. She retains her consciousness. She fights with Wanderer, becomes a persistent, really irritating voice in her head, blocking the memories, blocking any information the Seekers can use to help track her brother. Any information whatsoever, in fact. Little by little, Wanderer wins certain battles here. Finding information about the boy, his name, what he looks like, what Jared looks like, who Jared really is where he came from, where they went, when the rendezvous is. Unfortunately, it's too late. The rendezvous date is past. Jared is long gone, but not from Melanie's consciousness. And Wanderer slowly begins to succumb to the powerful emotions, love, longing, grief for the world lost. It is because of this that she agrees to help Melanie find him. She kids herself that it's to help the Seekers. It's not. She begins to feel for her host family, to feel guilt for what she is. They travel far out into the Mojave. Too far to get help. Too far to go back. Too far to refuel. The car breaks down, inevitably. They travel on foot into the desert, and night falls. Eventually, through exhaustion, dehydration, starvation, they just collapse. They couldn't carry their food. They couldn't carry the massive water barrels. They're just done. Now, the route they are taking is based on Melanie's memories that are very old, very distant. And, well, as their situation is pretty hopeless, they feel that no one was ever here. That there are no humans, that Jeb, Jared, Jamie, all either dead or captured. They are very wrong about that. A group of humans armed with machetes, clubs, and rifles eventually find them. Jeb, the leader of this newfound colony, he is with them. He gives Melanie / Wanderer some water and helps her to her feet, preventing the others from killing her on the spot when they see what she is. Jeb, also seeing that there is no one with her, no backup, no nothing, he agrees to lead her back blindfolded to their hideout, a massive extinct volcano filled with all kinds of canyons, fissures, tunnels, all that. There's even a toilet as such, a massive hole filled with hot springs. It's a danger zone. Fall in, you don't come back. Upon me being reunited with her brother and her sort of lover, she is put in a side cabin away from them. Jared, seeing the love of his life now infested with an alien, is, well, understandably not too happy. Wanderer gets quite a few bruises for all her trouble getting here. Jeb, the voice of reason, tells him to go on a mission far away. He's gathering food and supplies, taking the most hateful and resentful of the humans, Kyle O'Shea, with him. Kyle's brother, the noticeably less hateful and resentful Ian, becomes friends with Wanderer, stating, quote, "It would be like executing a private for a general's war crimes if they were to kill her." He hates the fact that he tried this himself in the early days. That he, well, was part of this posse. That he's become hateful, like his brother. He even goes so far as to apologise for this. Wanderer uses her newfound freedom to get to know Jamie as well as Sharon, her mother, Maggie for short, a few others around the place, Wes, a sick man, cancer, Walter, I think. The doctor, Doc, they call him. Does he have a real name? Don't remember. There are a few kids around. There's a woman called Trudy. Two guys called Aaron and Brant. That's about the only ones I can remember, and the only ones really relevant to the story. Upon return, Jared and Carl are horrified to discover that Wanderer has begun to gain a real footing in the community. Jobs such as baking bread, helping to farm the land, which is made fertile through solar panels that Jeb has managed to set up. Yeah, they have their own farm deep underground. Where there's a will, there's a way, I guess. Anyway, they threaten to kill her again. And Jeb again intervenes with this. It's believing fully now that Melanie is still very much alive and very much present. Buried deep down in Wanderer's consciousness, but still very much there. Jared finds this too painful to believe. He loves Melanie and hates the thought of her buried deep in her own body, trapped. Carl just hates all centipedes, as he called them. As he views them as vermin and should never be trusted. He even goes so far as to try and kill Wanderer when no one's looking, by throwing her down into the latrine hot spring. There's an earthquake of some kind of tremor anyway, and he falls down, smacks his head, and is about to go down into that hole himself when Wanderer pulls him out with the help of his brother and a few others. Understandably pissed at his brother, he orders, with Jared's help, that a tribunal be set up. Carl's faced with three choices: death, banishment, or forgiveness. It's put to a vote: half say forgiveness, half say death. Kyle was let off. With Wanderer's help, she lies on his behalf, saying that there is no crime here, that he was just knocked unconscious after he tripped. Weird how an alien can be more humane than us, isn't it? Anyway, back to normal. This is where Wanderer's real use to the community begins to come into play. No one among the souls will suspect that she is working with people, that the people have ever allowed her to let her live, that Melanie can be a part of her consciousness, that she could grow any empathy for humans who have been considered, not altogether inaccurately, brutal and savage. Killing each other, killing their planet, all that. Yeah, it's true. Fine. They begin to go on missions. Wanderer simply is able to buy things from the local shop. I say buy, but not really. They're allowed to take them for free. They're totally trustworthy, see? Wanderer just walks in and out, getting things from the shops, things that the community will need, such as food, bedding, and all that. She's simply able to walk in, get it, get out. A bond grows between the three of them: Jared, Wanderer, and Ian. Ian begins to fall in love with Wanderer. Jared and Melanie have always been in love, so bit of a major problem. During one of these shopping trips, with Kyle along as backup, he's begun to accept her, if not like her. They see a cross-species family. The parents, if you can even call them that, have allowed the child to remain as a human being. They don't think it's right for them to be infested or occupied or whatever. This is the first time that such a thing has happened ever. It is like a miracle. The first cross-species family in existence. Quite a revelation. Anyway, the community begins to thrive and prosper. though not without major problems. Melanie's least favourite among those, and Wanderer's least favourite as well, the seeker assigned to her, never ever stopped looking for her. Never stopped believing that she had found other people, and never stopped hunting or giving up. Not even when the rest of the community of souls told her she was insane. That she was just chasing ghosts. Ironically, a ghost is what she turns one of the humans into when she discovers them, West, shot in the head. They manage to disarm and capture, and it's there that Wanderer begins to save lives. It's mainly by bringing medicine for Jamie after he receives an infected cut, and by taking the soul, the Seeker's soul, out of the human body it occupies. She's the only one who knows how to do this. The host, Lacey, is given a part of the community, and the soul is sent to a shuttle bay, space hangar, ship hangar. I'm not sure what they call it really. The point is that by the time she reaches the nearest planet, Jamie Strider's grandchildren will be long dead. That takes care of that problem, but it does not take care of the constant battle between Melanie and Wanderer. Melanie is a prisoner at the end of the day. Wanderer is her jailer, and she feels she cannot live with this any longer, that she has lived long enough. She agrees to show the resident doctor how to take the souls out of the body, on the condition that he takes her out as well and lets her die, freeing Melanie and giving her back to Jared. Ian, now fully in love with Wanderer, is the most vehement protester against this, but Wanderer's mind is made up. They put her out with tranquilizer, and she believes she's gonna die now. They do not let her die, however. They find another body for her. A human in a coma. Has been for a long time. No hope of waking up ever. There's no other consciousness in there with her. The body's entirely hers. It's a really small, puny, weak body. Melanie can run a mile, she can't. Melanie is fine with heavy loads. This body is not. It's a bit of a problem, but whatever. She is back where she belongs. Her human life is a life that will forever define her. The epilogue takes place when they are surrounded. Wanderer, Melanie, Jared and Ian. Surrounded not just by souls but by humans who are with them. They have formed part of a community of their own, hiding their human friends and making contact with other hosts, souls that have done such a thing as well. Everywhere there are hidden pockets of human resistance steadily growing, helped by souls who have finally found their home among people, who have made peace with their existence, with their hosts, and have joined a full cross-species community that functions just fine. As Wanderer herself says, you never know when you're going to find your home, when, where or how, but we all do in the end. I hope you've enjoyed this review as much as I have making it for you. Thanks for listening. See you later.